Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The Kawasaki KX 500 has always carried with it an aura of mythic power, a legacy forged in the era of two-stroke dominance. For 2025, Kawasaki has reignited that legend, not by merely reviving a nameplate, but by reconstructing an icon with modern engineering, refined aggression, and raw, unfiltered force. The 2025 Kawasaki KX 500 isn't a bike for the faint-hearted. It's a purpose-built beast that channels its brute force into something controllable, razor-sharp, and breathtakingly fast, designed for the skilled rider who can handle its power and make the most of its cutting-edge upgrades. At the heart of the 2025 KX 500 lies the soul of the legend, a 499 cubic centimeters, liquid-cooled, two-stroke single-cylinder engine that's been re-engineered to meet modern emissions and performance standards without compromising its visceral delivery. Gone are the days of carbureted unpredictability. In its place is an advanced electronic fuel injection system with programmable ECU mapping. This upgrade makes the throttle response crisper, power delivery more linear, and tuning more adaptable. Yet it still carries that glorious, snarling bark when the throttle is twisted wide open, delivering a wave of torque that feels like it's ripping the earth beneath you. Kawasaki didn't just stop at the engine. The power plant is housed in a newly designed aluminum perimeter frame, lightweight and rigid, giving the KX 500 unmatched flickability in the air and sharpness in tight ruts. The geometry has been fine-tuned for modern motocross demands, offering improved front-end feel, better traction under acceleration, and stability at warp speeds. The swing arm, also revised, is slightly longer, allowing for improved rear grip and control during massive landings or when powering out of deep corners. The suspension package is top-tier, as expected in this class. Up front, Kawasaki fits the KX 500 with 49mm Showa SFF RTAC forks, providing compression and rebound adjustability to dial in the front end for anything from supercross-style rhythm sections to wide-open desert whoops. The rear end gets a Showa balance-free rear cushion, BFRC, shock, a technology adapted from superbike racing. It delivers excellent damping performance and keeps the rear wheel glued to the ground under hard acceleration. Whether you're soaking up massive jumps or hammering through braking bumps, the suspension keeps you planted, confident, and aggressive. Ergonomically, Kawasaki took cues from their championship-winning KX 450 platform. The KX 500's bodywork is razor-thin, allowing for maximum movement and body positioning flexibility. The flat seat, narrow tank, and high-traction radiator shrouds make transitions effortless, whether you're scrubbing a jump, diving into a berm, or muscling through a sand wash. The bike feels modern, agile, and comfortable in ways the old-school KX 500 never could, but without losing its essence as a high-performance weapon. Braking, which used to be a bit of a compromise on older models, has now been seriously upgraded. A massive 270mm pedal-style front disc with a dual-piston caliper and a 250mm rear disc give the KX 500 the stopping power it needs to rein in its 60-plus horsepower. Feedback is precise, modulation is excellent, and the braking setup inspires confidence whether you're scrubbing speed before a hairpin or coming down from a big jump into a tight chicane. Let's talk weight, an area where the new KX 500 makes a decisive move over its predecessor. Thanks to the aluminum chassis, advanced engine design, and use of lightweight materials throughout, the bike tips the scales at just around 238 pounds wet. That's astonishing for a 500 cubic centimeters two-stroke with this kind of performance. Combined with modern suspension and chassis tuning, this weight reduction transforms the KX 500 from a wild bronco to a refined predator, still fearsome, but more controllable, more precise, and more rewarding to ride at the limit. On the electronics front, Kawasaki resists the temptation to overburden the KX 500 with rider aids. There's no traction control, no ride modes, no launch control. And that's a conscious choice. The KX 500 is about raw talent meeting raw power. What you do get is a programmable ECU via Kawasaki's KX-FI calibration kit, allowing serious riders or tuners to fine-tune ignition timing and fuel mapping for different tracks, altitudes, or riding styles. For the purist racer, this is more than enough to unleash the bike's full potential. Design-wise, the 2025 KX 500 pays homage to its roots while embracing modern aesthetics. The livery is a mix of classic Kawasaki lime green with updated graphics, giving it a fierce, race-bred look that stands out on any track or trail. LED lighting is optional for those converting it for enduro use, and while the bike is motocross-focused, Kawasaki also offers a limited run version with a larger tank and skid plate for desert and rally riders. Everything about the bike screams performance, from the aggressive shrouds to the minimalist tail section and race-style front number plate. Tires are Dunlop Geomax MX33S, offering phenomenal grip and predictability in a wide range of off-road conditions. Whether you're railing berms or climbing rocky hill sections, these tires dig in and hold, matching the ferocity of the KX500's power delivery with tenacious grip. The wheels DID Dirtstar rims with stainless steel spokes are both lightweight and strong, ready to take the abuse of high-impact landings and hard cornering. One of the most interesting aspects of the new KX500 is its dual personality. On one hand, it's a professional-grade racing machine, a 500 cubic centimeters two-stroke rocket that demands skill and rewards bravery. On the other, it's a surprisingly well-rounded machine that can be adapted to different forms of off-road racing. Motocross, enduro, desert rally, it has the power, chassis, and tuning flexibility to excel across disciplines. For the rider who wants it all and is willing to tame the beast, the KX500 becomes a versatile cornerstone of performance. Kawasaki also offers a full suite of accessories, from aluminum skid plates and oversized radiators to full titanium exhaust systems from Pro Circuit and FMF, both of which collaborated in tuning the stock pipe for optimal performance across the rev range. Riders can also opt for factory replica graphics kits, upgraded foot pegs, taller seat foam, and handlebar setups depending on their needs. Kawasaki has made sure that this bike is not only powerful and fast, but fully customizable to suit individual preferences. Now, let's talk numbers. The 2025 Kawasaki KX500 comes in at a base price of $11,499. For a machine of this caliber, essentially a factory-level racer with heritage appeal and modern engineering, the pricing feels competitive. Yes, it's more expensive than a standard 250 or even a 450 motocross bike, but it delivers performance in a category of its own. This isn't a bike for the average weekend warrior. It's for the rider who wants to ride the storm, to wield a machine that's both beautiful and terrifying in its potency. The unique selling points of the KX500 are obvious and numerous. First, it revives one of the most legendary two-strokes in motocross history, not as a museum piece, but as a viable, race-ready weapon. Second, it blends modern technology, EFI, aluminum frame, advanced suspension, with the primal appeal of two-stroke simplicity. Third, it offers unmatched power-to-weight ratio in the off-road world, a true adrenaline machine that delivers smiles per throttle twist like few others can. And finally, it has soul. In a world increasingly dominated by four-strokes, emissions compliance, and electronic nannies, the KX500 stands as a defiant rebel, a bike that puts the rider squarely at the center of the action. For the rider who can tame it, the 2025 KX500 offers an experience like no other, a sensory overload of speed, sound, and sensation. It's not about comfort. It's not about convenience. It's about power, mastery, and pure, unfiltered connection between man and machine. And in that sense, it may just be the most honest motorcycle you can buy today. The 2025 Kawasaki KX500 isn't just a dirt bike, it's a declaration of intent. Ride it if you dare.